Other students, any students have completed Siham, Saja, Muat, Hajar? All are silent. At the time of attendance only you will speak. Okay. So you have to show me,
Mr.
okay?
Me?
Later you who? Khalid, I have kept you here, see.
No, moment.
No, moment, which one you
Yes.
have done?
I show
You
you.
have done,
Ah,
yeah, this one, ERD. Use case class diagram you have to do. So
okay, I will
today I
done.
will show,
Next week.
today I will give you this
Mathematics
task
class.
activity. Huda Khamis, Al Musharfi, not done. She's present or absent. See, in today's class, we will start about activity diagram. So what is this activity diagram? It is an extension of the previous requirements model. What are the previous models? This is the previous model, use case. In the use case, you are not giving any details. You are not, one second, I'll switch off the charge. In the use cases, what we have drawn, what we have mentioned in the use case, when you refer to the use case diagram, can you see here? I am telling this actor will look up supplier, means he will search. How he will search? What he will do? The details I am not explaining anything. So that details I am going to explain in the diagram called activity diagram. Okay. For example, Khalid, you are in home or in college? Khalid,
No,
home. Okay.
no, Mr.
I ask you now, do you have Quran with you now?
No, no, Mr. Laptop. I have laptop.
Okay, see, I give you one
Okay.
example. I tell Khalid, go take the Quran, open Suratul Baqarah and start reading. I say, read Suratul Baqarah, Khalid. What you will do, Khalid? Now, just explain me what you will do.
I will I will go to and bring Quran. I
Aywa,
open the Al-Baqarah.
I
Then
will.
I will read.
You will open. Then, if you don't know the page number, you will refer the page number. After that, you will start read. See how many steps are there. Simply, I am in the use case telling Khalid, read Suratul Baqarah. Here I am saying read Suratul Baqarah in the use case. That use case is having steps, activities. Khalid has to stand up, go to the shelf, take the Quran, okay, but then open the Quran, then go to that particular surah, then he has to read that ayat or whatever surah he has. So like that, in the activity diagram, I am giving the explanation of this use case. I am drawing the explanation of this one, this one, this one, like that. So that is nothing but our activity diagram. See, like this I am telling now. Produce a book. Who will produce a book? Author. Author will write a book. How you will write? What is the process? That is this process. So this process I am trying to explain to you with the help of another diagram. This is a use case diagram. Okay, for that reason we are studying this lecture, activity diagram. Activity diagram for use case. What is the use case? This is one use case. Like that you have many use cases. Login customer, transfer money, make payment. For each use case, there is a diagram. Steps, activity steps are there. Enter the information of supplier. How you will enter, what you will enter. That details is drawn in the activity diagram. So that is a summary. Okay. So developing the activity diagrams to show the flow of activities. This is our objective. In the previous lectures, what you studied is to draw the use case diagram and class diagram. So class diagram, it will not show you the steps, what is happening inside. So HMO should dakhil hada look supplier. It is just a case. What steps are there that you will draw in this activity diagram? It will show the flow of activities for a specific use case. If you understand this, then this lecture is easy. Do you understand this one?
Yes. No, Mr. Can you repeat?
Look, in this, there is nothing. You have only a use case, simple one word, look up supplier. So how you will look up? How you will look up? What is the steps? So I told you, Khalid, this is Khalid. I told you read Quran, Surat Al-Baqarah. This is there in this one. It is there in this one. Read Quran. This is the use case. But how, Khalid? I explained you just now. What are the steps in that one? You first step, what you will do? Step 1, you get up from your chair. Step 2, go to bookshelf. Okay, go to bookshelf. Get Quran. Step 4, open Quran. Step 5, open, go to that page. Go to the page number of Surat Al-Baqarah. Then you will start reading. Look, how many steps are there, Khalid?
6, Mr.
These steps I am going to show you with the help of this diagram, like this, like this, like this, like this. I am telling. Start here, end here. This is called activity diagram. Before Kabul use case, Dakhil use case, just this one is there, but you don't know what is there inside this use case. So that is explained with the help of activity diagram. I will draw the diagram and explain to you. Understand?
Yes, Mr.
So that is our lecture now. flow of activities. So activity diagrams is used to show the flow of activities for a use case. Now, in this, you need to understand some definitions. Workflow means sequence of processing steps that completely handles a business transaction or customer request. So here, this is one thing. Another one, for example, like this you have. Okay. Fine. You have use case. Send money to your friend. Send money to your friend. Okay, there is one more person who is sitting here or something he's doing. So what is happening here? What is the workflow? If you send money, what will happen? Can anybody explain? Using your ATM or using your online banking? Can anybody explain what is happening here when you send money?
You will go to bank.
Okay, after that.
Enter your PIN.
Okay. After.
Add the money
Okay.
and the detail of other person.
Okay.
Only that.
What will happen to your account after you send the money?
Less maybe cut money from my account.
Yeah. From your account, money is deducted. So this is the sender. For example, I am sending the money and another person is receiver. 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 So if you send the money, your account is deducted. Money is decreased from your account. Money is deducted from sender account and money is credited in receiver's account, isn't it? From your account, money is getting minus, and for the receiver, money will get added to his account. So these are the flow of activities you are doing here. Enter the PIN, enter the account number, then send the button, press the button send, the money will go to this person. So flow of activities, processing steps are that one. This is a business transaction. Take the money from this person, send the money to this person. So in between that, you have steps. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is workflow. Business transaction, that is. So you are requesting customer to the bank, send money to this one. Khalid is sending money to Moment. So activity diagram will describe user activities. Who is doing what activity and what are the steps. So you are all showing these things with the help of a diagram, UML diagram. What is the diagram called? Activity diagram. UML diagram is called this one, activity diagram. So this diagram is used to show you the high level details of the business also the low level details, internal details of operation. So when I say send money, what is happening here? So I am checking in the bank. If your money balance is greater than some amount, then only send. Otherwise, don't send. So those logics, those steps, internally I am checking for the transfer of amount. Okay. High level activities, low level activities. And here, see dynamic aspects of a system. This diagram will show the dynamic. Dynamic means things will happen at a particular time. See, activities are taking place at a particular time. So when you send the money, here, so money is deducted. After that, you will get a message. This person will get a message, SMS. You'll get SMS here that 100 Riyal is transferred successfully. So here he will get a message that 100 Riyal is received from blah 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 number, like this. Isn't it? These are the events happening, dynamic events. So when you send the money is deducted from here, and here money is credited. This person will get a message, this person will get a message, maybe you will get email also. So these are nothing but the dynamic behavior of a system. So that can be represented using this diagram. And now this diagram is like a flow chart, flow of control from one activity to another activity. So you should use these symbols, notations. State symbol, swim lane, object flow, control flow. So I will explain to you what are these notations in the next slides. Now see here, you want to show the high level details of the business, then it is a best technique now. How to visualize? You can see in the picture, okay, sending money in Bank Muscat, what they are doing, what is happening inside that, how they will transfer the money, that we can understand if we see the activity diagram. That is called visualizing the workflow of a business use case. And also, by drawing this diagram, you can describe the flow of work, how it is happening there, work in the bank or in any business. So these things we can explain, we can draw it in a picture format using our activity diagrams. So behavior is very dynamic. So at one particular time, the transaction will be in one state, your bank account. After sending the money, your state of your account is changed. Some money is decreased from your account. So you can describe the flow of operations here. Sending the money, receiving the money, okay, printing the SMS or printing the bill, etc. So interactive diagram we can draw with the help of this one. And you can write the details in a document. What the company is doing. Bank Muscat is doing what? When you send the money. That you can write in detail, tafsir. Now what is the advantage here? You can able to reduce the complexity. You can describe the complex flow and use cases in the activity diagram. And there you can have a pre and post conditions. You want to send the money to your friend means What is the condition first to send the money? You should have money in your account first. If you have zero balance, how Khalid will send money to Moment? In the account of Khalid, he should have some money, maybe 100 riyal, 200 riyal. Then he can transfer the money to his friend. That is a precondition. Post condition means after the sending started, the event is started. What are the other conditions? The balance amount, the entered amount should not be greater than the balance amount. So total amount Khalid is having 100 riyal. Suppose Khalid want to send 1000 riyal. How you can send? Is this possible? No. Post condition, awal baad. What is the rule? What is the condition? That also we can draw and show in this diagram, activity diagram. It is very simple to draw, construct, and interpret. Means you can foresee what will happen in this diagram. So you can use this diagram at different times in the development process, like analysis, design time, coding time, testing, implementation. At several stages, at several processes, we can make use of this activity diagram. Okay, analysis stage, designing stage, coding stage, like that. And also, one more advantage is this diagram can be presented to the stakeholder. Who is a stakeholder? Stakeholder is nothing but a person who is willingly taking participation. He is showing the interest in designing your information system. Maybe a customer, maybe an end user who is going to use your information system. So that person are called stakeholders. So they can also participate in designing the information system, but you, by drawing this diagram, you present this to them to make sure whether the work what you are doing is correct or not, checking and confirmation. For that reason, you will show the diagram to this person. Lastly, you can draw this diagram and use it for reverse engineering, forward engineering. That means from top to bottom, forward, bottom to top, or loop in a round trip. You can use it for these different types of engineering in your information system designing process. So advantages are this one. How you are related with the other diagrams? So activity I am drawing. So I told you this one. This is the, where is that one? This is the activities for this use case. These are the activities for this use case. So in that way it is related. In that way it is related. See here, use case diagram is having relationship with activity diagram. You can realize a single use case. You can create multiple scenarios for a use case. See here, I said sending a money to the bank. What will happen if you don't have money here? Or what will happen, this person account is closed? There are many possibilities. So preconditions, post conditions, many things we can represent with the help of activity diagram, and this way it is related to each other. So one path or many paths you can show. What is precondition? What is the post condition related to the state? Your bank account is in one state. After you send the money, the state of your bank account is changed. Before you have 100 riyal. Now after sending, maybe you will have 50 riyal. This is the change of state. This diagram activity is also related to the class diagram. So it will have the impact on objects from specific events. And you can take the decisions in the form of dependencies. So class diagram, activity diagram is interrelated. Right. Next is it will show the dynamic aspects of your system. Now how it is showing you the relationship with the other diagrams, you can see in the forthcoming slides like this. And these are the symbols you have to use when you draw activity diagram. Before you start the activity, you have to use this symbol. The black circle, it represents the beginning of the activity, start. This is the rounded rectangle. It is nothing but an activity. So from this activity, you are moving to this activity and you are representing, connecting them with the help of this arrow mark. That is nothing but transition, change of state. So you are listening to the lecture now. You are in one state now. After the class is finished, you will not listen to the lecture. That is the change of state. Transition takes place. After 10:30, after 11:30 or 11:40, you will not listen. And this notation shows that this is the swim lane heading. What is the swim lane? I will show you. You know swimming, no? Swimming. Swimming, you know? This one. This is called swim lanes. This one. You have see this lane. This is called lane. So you have to swim only in this area, in this direction, like that only. One swimmer, second swimmer, third swimmer, like this. So here also we will draw the activities in lanes. So swim lane is this. The detail I will show you in the next slide. What is swim lane? And this circle with this one, this is called bullseye. It shows end of activity. And this one is showing that you are taking some decision. If balance is greater than 100, send. If balance is not greater than 100, don't send. Yes or no, decision activity, this symbol can be drawn. This is another way to show the decision. One way, yes or no. And this one is called synchronization bar, or it is also called fork, and this one is called join. You are splitting the activities into two parts, and here you are merging them into a single part, single step. One input, two outputs, two inputs and one output again. So I will show this with the help of an example in the next slide. So all these symbols we have to use to draw the activity diagram. Now the exercise for you is this. Read this one. First one is author writes chapter. After you write the chapter, reviewer reviews the chapter. That means there is another person who will check your work, review your lesson or lecture, what you've written. Number 3, author will make revisions like adding, deleting to the existing lecture. If the book is not complete, author will do, again he will go back and write the chapter. If the book is complete, then he will give the book for typing. Another person will be there who will type the book. After typing the book, author will correct the proof, means spelling mistake, grammar mistake, such type of mistakes are there, that will be corrected. Then finally the typesetter will resets the book. He will make it ready for printing. Last step is to print the book. These are all the activities for one use case. This one. Producing a book. Author will produce a book. Reviewer will review a book. Another person will typeset. Another person will print. So this step use case is in detail. I am drawing with the help of activity diagram. Now you see here, whenever this type of question is given to you in the exam, they will give you like this. Okay, they will give you like this. So what you have to do, you have to read and underline the actions, okay, and the nouns, etc. So this is like a question I am giving you. Now here you have like this, but in the exam they will ask you like this. By reading this, you should understand here what are the steps you can write like this after reading. Khalid, you are understanding this one, students?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, Mister. Yes.
Then after this, you should underline like this. Author, what he will do, writes a chapter. Reviewer, what he will do, review the chapter. So these are the activities for us now. Author will revise the chapter. This is the condition. If not complete, write another chapter. If complete, give for typesetting. Author, after corrections are made, he will check everything is correct, alignment, grammar. Okay, these things he will check. Then reset the book. Finally, print the book. Now, by taking this one, you have to start the diagram. How you will start? First with the symbol circle. What is the first activity? See, writing a chapter. Connect them with the arrow mark. This is nothing but start of an activity, writing the chapter. Next is, after you write, you will go for the next activity, review the chapter. Next, if any corrections or if the book is not complete, review. So this is nothing but change of the state of activity from one state to another state. Now the condition, if the chapter is complete, then you go for S, yani go this way. If no, go back, complete writing. complete the book. Decision point. So from typesetting, you will go to this one. Proof correction means checking the mistakes, grammar, alignment, pages, etc. Then reset the book after making the corrections. Finally, print the book. Stop the activity. Start the activity symbol. Stop the activity. Start state. This is called activity. This is called transition, changing from one state, reviewing to revising. This is decision point. Book complete, you take this path. If book is incomplete, go here and write the book and complete it again. This is the condition. To print the book, you should correct it and check, reset the book. End the state. Now, what are the activities here? Activities, yeah, tell me.
Mr. We have to in the discussion activity we have to write these details like they write
No,
book
no.
completed, book not.
Book complete, yeah, this one you have to write. This is label. This one you have to write. This you don't need to write. This one is for your understanding. This one is for your understanding, but this one you have to write. This book complete, yes or no. And these things you have to write inside the box. So activity is nothing but a unit of work to be carried out. Unit of work is a sequence of activities. It takes place over a period of time. Like sending money within milliseconds. Open the Bank Muscat app in your phone, click, select the account, type the money, just press send, then it will be sent within seconds. Some tasks or some activities will take over weeks. For example, loan of a car, Karsmal Sayara, it will take maybe 1 week or 3 days or 4 days. So these activities will take place in days. Some activities will take place in seconds, milliseconds. Label the describing activities taking place. See, label them means this one. This is a label, book complete or book incomplete. Label the activities that are taking place in this diagram. Actions, see, on entering, on starting, when you are performing, collection of actions takes place. On particular event, like if the balance is greater than 100, you are sending the pressing the button to send the money from your bank to another bank. That is an event. What will happen when you press send button? How it will respond? It will generate a response. That is nothing but your event. Exit will take place when you are completing the activity. When you are totally out, finished, then you should exit. So transition means you are moving from one state to another state. So before you have money in your bank, from that state, after you send the money, the bank state will be different. Now you are listening the lecture. After the class is finished, you will be silent. You will not listen. So transition is nothing but the movement from one activity to another activity, change from one state to another state. Understand? So you are showing this with the help of lines, arrow marks, directed lines. So if you don't have any trigger, they do not require an event. Trigger means some event or action. And see, there are some conditions, guard conditions, evaluate to true. Then only you can move to next state. Here you can see. Correct the mistakes here. If you correct the mistakes, then only I can move to the next state called reset the books. Reset the book. This is the guard condition. If this is true, then you move. That is the condition you have here. Guarding condition. Book complete. Then you go for typesetting. This is also one condition. So conditions we can represent. If they become true, then you move to the next state. Now, what is a state? State is an starting point or an activity in a diagram. See, state is an activity diagram is a point where some event needs to take place before the activity can continue. So what is this here? This is an activity. To begin, you have to start. This is the event. Press the start button. Then only you can go for this activity. State. So start state is single entry point of flow, black dot. So precondition is what? In that case, end state. You can have multiple ends, but only one start. And it is called as bull's eye shape. This one. State is nothing but a point where some event needs to take place. So you can have a single state entry point which is denoted with black dot and with some conditions. End can have multiple, end state can be multiple in your diagram. It is denoted by this one. Now decision point if conditions to exit the transaction. If no means exit, if yes means continue based on the condition, conditional branching. Exit transaction, when you will exit, if the boolean value, it is a boolean value that is false, the activity variable becomes false, then you will exit from that transaction or from that activity. It can result in two paths, one for yes, another for no. Diamond shape symbol you have to use. And you see here the example, guard condition, book complete or incomplete. You have to write these things in the diagram. Next symbol what you need to use is fork and join. From one activity you are going to split into two. Transitions can be split into multiple paths. Number of activities running in parallel, that is called splitting. Then after that, you have to combine it into a single transaction. I will show what it is. Where is that? Where I saved? 1 second. Where did I save? Save the diagram. Access. To show you the diagram. Where it is. Fork and join. See, I have put it here. Okay, see, suppose you are sending the money. This task is split into two paths. One is debit the sender amount, and second one is credit the receiver amount. So after that, we have to close the transaction. So you combine these two tasks into a single task here. Merging. This is called merging. So initially you are dividing this task into two, which are running in parallel. So the amount of sender is deducted, at the same time the amount of receiver is credited. Then finally you will see the message amount sent successfully. That means you are closing the transaction. So this is called fork node. This is called join node. You understand? This is what is explained here, fork and join. It represents a number of activities running in parallel. So what are running in parallel? This activity and this activity, both are running in parallel. And finally, they are merged to form a single activity. Is this clear? Fork and
Yes,
join.
sir.
Again, Mister.
This activity in your bank, you are sending the money. If you are sending the money, what will happen? Two steps will run at the same time. If you send the money, your account is decreased with money and your friend account is credited with money. Two paths are taking place here. two transitions are happening here, same time. And finally, you will get the SMS that money sent successfully. So these two paths are becoming one here, merging. You are splitting here, you are doing the work individually, and finally you are finishing the work and closing the transaction. So you are splitting here, and here you are combining them. This is called fork and join. So you are splitting them, and it must be recombined on the same diagram. So you are splitting here and you are combining them on this diagram. So like this, you have to show in your activity diagram for parallel activities. I will show you this example also. Wait and watch. So they gave you the example here like this. Order, fill the order, send the invoice, yani fatura. So that order will be shipped to you and sending the invoice, then you will close the order. So you are dividing this step into two paths. After completing these two paths, you are merging them and saying that order is completed. I gave you this example. So now what is swim lanes? Partitioning of the activities to show who is responsible for doing which activity. Who is doing which activity, I want to know. For that reason, I can draw swim lanes. So it is used to identify the areas at the technical level where activities are performed. So they will partition, they will divide the activity diagram into parts. Similarly, here you can see here, this is the diagram. Now you can see in the next animation this one. Who will do this one? Author. Who will revise the chapter? Author. Who will correct? Author. Who will review? Reviewer. Who will type? Typesetter. Who will print? Printer. So this is the swim lane. This is one swim lane. This is another swim lane. This is another swim lane. Start of the activity, end of the activity. You understand now what is a swim lane? Why we use swim lane? The previous diagram, we are adding swim lanes to it to show the responsibility of author, the responsibility of reviewer, responsibility of typesetter, responsibility of printer. Is this clear, this one? Swim lanes.
Yes, Mister.
So same like this, you have to draw in the draw.io. The question in the exam will be given to you like this. By reading this, you should underline such type of words: writing, reviewing, revising, printing. Then find out the actors. Then you can draw the diagram like this. In the draw.io. Now we will consider, this is one sample example, order fulfillment system. You can see here, these are the swim lanes. Order subsystem is responsible for these activities. Inventory subsystem is responsible for this. Warehouse for this. Shipping this. Start end. I will take some more examples, simple example. This is the same example written with some other notations here. So can you see here? This is called splitting the task. Make specification. That means you are buying a computer or a hardware. So buy the material and program the computer. Then you are going to schedule the production. So you bought some processor, RAM, motherboard, hard disk, power supply, etc. Then you are going to program them, install the operating system. Then you are going to produce that item. So these two tasks are merged into a single one here. This is fork, this is join. See this example, it is clearly mentioned here. What is fork, what is join? So start activity, end activity. Now see here, customer is doing what? Requesting the account. Customer will enter the account address details. Customer will enter the credit information. System, online system, what it will do? It will create the customer. It will create your address. It will create your account. It will verify your information. Then it will give you your details. So customer is interacting with the system. Simple example, go to your Lulu online. I want to buy one item. Okay. I want to buy this item. So what I will do now? I will request to the system. System yani, this is my system, Lulu website. So when I select the item, see it is asking me to enter the details. If I don't have, then I will go for sign up. Here you will enter the information. Customer is requesting the system what to create a customer account. You will enter the details. After that, you will enter the address. You will enter your credit information. Then the computer will, the Lulu website will create your account. Then the transaction will complete here. After you press this button, then the account is created. So this is the activity diagram for creating the account. So this is the diagram. Practically, if you design, it will be like this in a system. By seeing this, the stakeholder can understand how you are going to design a system. Creating the customer account. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes, mister.
Now this is another example. See ATM, what we are discussing. Can you read and understand here what is this one? See, you are going to an ATM machine to take the money. You will take the money by using this ATM machine. Customer insert the card into the ATM machine. When it is asking to enter the PIN, you will enter the PIN. Then the ATM will check PIN is valid or not valid. If PIN is correct, not correct, close the transaction. If the PIN is not correct, you will be given 3 chances, 3 attempts. Re-enter the PIN. तलाक मर्रा सभी गलतान बादेन your transaction is closed. Also, your account is blocked. That is one case if PIN is not correct. If PIN is correct, then it will display the customer details and it will ask you to enter the amount, how much money you want to take. It will check with your balance. Suppose I type 10 riyal. So do you have enough amount in your account? Then only it will allow me to take the money. So bank will check the amount entered against the balance of the account. If the amount is greater than the balance, the ATM displays the available balance and allows the customer to either cancel the transaction or enter the new amount. If your amount entered is less than the balance, then khalas, take the money. After that, ATM will eject the card. It will decrease your amount in your bank account. Customer will take the card, take the cash, go home. Can you draw for this one?
Yes.
This type of question will be asked to you in the exam. So for that you have to draw like this. First identify the steps here. Insert the card. Type the PIN. Second step. If password is valid, go to the transaction. If password is invalid, 3 chances. If you don't type correct password, block. If your PIN is valid, go and enter the amount, do the transaction, then take the card, finish. So in the ATM, see here, start, insert the card, enter the password, valid, do the transaction. Not valid, check for 3 times, then exit. Sorry, if it is 3 times not valid, block. If you want, you can give the attempts 3 chances to the customer. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. 3 time also it is not correct, block. Plus end the transaction here. So another one here, check carry out the transaction. Okay. If you want to continue, continue, yes. If you don't want to continue, remove your card, end the transaction. So here swim lane is not there. Swim lanes you have to draw. Another example is given here for this patient goes to the hospital for diabetes. So you can try this one, but I will show you in the draw.io what you have to do. You can try that and you can come in the next class. Go to draw.io. Okay. Open and tell something, name like ATM, bank or something. Okay. Not open, create a new diagram. So here I will tell ATM 3. And here see, select this one, swim lane diagram. Then you will get that symbols. Create ATM 3. Oh, sorry, this is XML picture I want. Okay, see now this has come, this has generated like this. If you want, you use this. If you don't want, you can create your own. You can go here, you can say here activity diagram. Here you have, or you tell swim lane diagram. Okay. Then here you have pools like this. Take this. So here you can write ATM transaction or ATM banking. Here, who is that? First activity, first customer. Here comes ATM. Here comes who? Tell me anybody. Bank. So here you start the activity. So start this one. Okay. When you keep the cursor on the arrow, it will show you what to draw. See, here is the activity you have. If you want, you can increase the size. Okay, arrange them properly. So what is this activity? Insert card. Then this activity will take you to another activity. See, keep the
Interpin.
keep the mouse near this arrow. Then you will get these symbols. So you will get another one. Enter pin. Okay. After that, this activity will lead you to sorry. When you keep the cursor here, see, this is the decision box. So you can check here the decision, and if the card is not valid, what you have to do. If the card is valid, what we have to do. No means go for checking. Go for checking the other option. Okay, this one. So here, from here, you go and connect it to here. When you double click this line, then you can say here no. Okay, then here also no. Keep the cursor over here, and here is, you have to, if it is yes, the arrow should be bigger, then you can get that text. Okay, if valid, pin is valid. If not valid, this all you will get in practice. One day only you cannot get. So you have to practice this one. So you will be writing the exam. So you have to practice this one very well. Adjust them. Okay, now it went. Okay, not valid. You check it and write properly. So you count for 3 times here, like this here, label them. No, count 3 times here. Count less than 3. Okay, if count is greater than or equal to 3, then block. Then you end the transaction and block the card. Block the card. Okay, after that you can end the transaction. Ending the transaction here, this symbol. Okay, khalas, this one. But this you have to adjust. These operations will takes place in the bank. So you have to clearly mention even this count is equal to 3. When this one, when the count is greater than 3 times. 3 times. If you want, you can increase the font, this one, by going into here. You might be having some fonts. Check that one. Okay, here style text font if you want. Okay, like this. Fifteen if you want, or 15 if you want. Okay, how about bold, color? Is up to you to make it more legible, more beautiful, neat. You can design like this. Fine. So next, what you have, carry out the transaction if it is valid. Carry the transaction is valid. Okay. If the transaction, you can show more options. If no, remove card. If yes, okay. If it is no, remove the card. Remove the card and end the transaction. So take care, you can adjust these things. Properly you do. Okay, adjust them properly. Then you can put it here itself. Okay. So if you want to continue the transaction, then you can continue here. Arrow mark. So like this. Khalid, see the arrows and all, everything is coming here. So save this diagram, and you want to export it as an image, you can export. So like this you have to draw. So draw for this one also, patient. Here you have this one, patient. You understand, Khalid and everybody, students will be given in the exam like this. So you have to read this, analyze this, then you have to put it like this. Students.
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Andres.
sir, we understand.
So please understand and draw this one. You have to practice and show me also. Later, if you want to export them as a picture, you can export. Export to my device. This is the ATM3. Take it, take it, take it. Put it here. Okay. So when I open, see, this is the diagram. So next week we will have a quiz, online quiz from 3 lectures. Okay. Okay. So this is the end of this 5th lecture, what you have. So you learned here. So you will have quiz on next week, 25. For 30 minutes during the class time. And you will have 10 multiple choice questions from lecture 1, 2, and 3. So please prepare well. This is for section 10. Any questions you have, doubts you have, please you can ask me.
Mr.
Sorry.
Online?
Online. Only final exam is offline. Finish this one. So you study well. So next class you draw, or if you have not drawn, I will make you draw in the next class. You have to draw in front of me using this tool. Those who have not drawn, all these people, you have to draw and show me. Then only I will give the attendance tomorrow, next class. Don't show me your friend's one. You have to do yours and show me.
Okay, Mister.
Some people are joining very late. If you join very late, then you will not get attendance. Huda Khamis absent. Yes, she is absent today. Khalid is present. Siham. Siham. PQRS. Siham absent. Khadija excuse. Saja. Muat is present. Hajar al Araimi.
Yes, Mister.
Anwar al Sadi.
Yes, Mister.
Bushra.
Yes, Mister.
Then who is there? Khadija, Saja, Muat, Hajar, Anwar, Bushra, Suraya,
Yes, Mister.
Shahad,
Yes, Mister.
Hajar al Gailani.
Yes, Mister.
Then Jawahar,
Yes, Mister.
Rashid al Gailani,
Yes, Mister.
Zion al Alawi,
Yes, Mister.
Abrar al Mukhaimi,
Yes, Mister.
Osama, Osama, Mojud.
Here, Mister.
Okay, Shaima,
Yes,
al
Mister.
Ghazali,
Yes.
Maryam al Alawi,
Yes, Mister.
Reem al Jabri,
Yes, Mister.
Maryam Hamid Khamiz al Mamari,
Yes, Mister.
Numaira,
Yes, Mister.
Ahad al Tantami,
Yes, Mister.
Yusra,
Yes, Mister.
Reem al Khuzairi,
Yes, Mister.
Shahla al Hadawi,
Yes, Mister.
Basma,
Yes, Mister.
Khalud al Jafri,
Yes, Mister.
Balkhiz al Aufi, Balkhiz Mojud. She's there, but she's not responding. Okay. Suad,
Yes, Mister.
Moment.
Yes, Mister. Here.
Yes, Mister.
Okay. Okay. So only one student is absent today. That is Siham. Okay, students, please practice that exercise which I give you. Prepare well for the exam. Okay.
Mister,
So, yes.
I am finished draw that. You want to see?
Which one?
The exercise you give us.
Okay, show
Bro.
me. Show me.
That Mister?
This I told you the branch and transactions, you have to connect it. You are not connecting, no, there is no connection between the branch account.
Okay, okay.
The same mistake Khalid done this one. You are showing the same here also.